You've just entered the law offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. If you've come for actual legal advice, you need to turn right around, honey. You need to get out of here, 'cause you ain't gonna get none of that. They quibble, and they squabble, and they bicker. But if you want to hear meaningless opinions, this is the right place. They got plenty of that. Stuff that makes no sense at all. They go off on tangents. It's crazy talk. If that's your thing, keep listening. They'll keep talking.
Oh no no, oh no no, it's another episode of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. You've entered the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. Yay!
Welcome back to another episode of the Law Offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker on this final day of March 2021. We have a very special guest here today. This is Dean K. Piper, also known as The Pipeman or Pipeman, depending upon, I don't know, I guess your affinity for pipes. And he has a number of different radio stations that he is over on the internet, one of the top internet radio stations in the world. And he's going to be helping us later on with our client, I Don't Understand Advertising. So why don't we kick things right off? I have a question actually right off the bat, because after your name you have three initials that are CST, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to name off different things CST could stand for, because I have no idea. I want the other guys to guess, and we'll see how close they are to actually getting what CST is. So if you guys are ready.
I'm ready.
One,
can I do like the thing of like, maybe I'm lying, maybe I'm not when I answer you?
Sure, because none of us will know what it stands for. So some of these are kind of interesting. So the first one we have is Central Standard Time. So that'd be Dean
Definitely
K. Piper.
Not me. I'm a Yankee, and that would make me a Midwesterner, and that's not cool.
Okay, so next we have Catholic Social Teaching.
Well, this thing says I'm a Jew, so the Catholic thing would be totally out.
And it was Good Friday and everything. Anyway, all right.
For Jews?
Yeah, Good Friday for Jews.
It is Passover right now, so.
Good Friday isn't just for Gentiles anymore, Matt.
Isn't Good Friday for Jews Black Friday?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh, there we go. Starting with the stereotypes right off the bat. All right, so then we have corticospinal tract as another one.
Okay. Well, you would have to ask a Facebook certified virologist to know if that's correct.
Okay, fair enough. This might be accurate, but probably not. A certified scrum trainer. Is that the one?
Well, what's scrum? I do like rugby, but no.
Okay, Scrum is actually like a software application, but all right, we got that one. All right,
also rugby too. So there you go.
I think this might be it. Then we have Clean Seas Tuna.
That's close. That's close.
Good to know.
You're getting warm.
Cybersonic Technologies.
Wow, you know what? I better put another CST after that because I love that one.
Cornstalk Theater.
Yeah, I'm not really into corn stalking.
Yeah. It's like
really boring. Really
that's right, because they don't go anywhere and they don't do anything exciting. So you're just sitting out there in the field going.
And they come out the same way they went in.
There's a lot of things.
It's also unethical. That's the main reason I don't do it.
I don't think corn stalking is illegal or unethical.
But wait, in Florida, I'm not really sure because a few years back they had to make a new law in Florida to outlaw bestiality. That should tell you something about Florida that you have to make that kind of law. But
well, Brendan tells us all the things that are wrong with Florida.
Yeah. Well, so maybe there's a law against corn stalking. You never know what people are doing with corn these days.
Especially in Florida.
Yeah, totally.
All right, especially so next we have cosmetic surgery times, which fits with Florida as well.
Well, I only use that when I'm at, in downtown at the clubs trying to pick up on the women.
Okay.
You conduct surgery on them at the clubs?
Well,
sit still for you. A man with a knife coming after them? All right.
They all want to marry a doctor, so give them what they want.
How about Credit Shelter Trust?
Yeah, no, I don't trust anybody.
Okay, well,
Okay.
that's a man after our own heart. Critical surface tension.
Wow, that sounds like a tug and pull type of place.
Greg, Greg, I
Another
think you
place
two
very
should be friends. Actually, I think
another
Yes.
place very popular in Florida, the old tug and pull. You know.
Yeah, it's they're actually the place that got busted is like 5 minutes from where I live.
Where you
I'm
got
glad.
busted.
I'm glad. You know, I wasn't there that day.
Yeah, but isn't that like for tractors or trailers or something? A tug and pull?
Well, yeah, that would be the redneck version. Actually,
Okay.
you're right.
Fair enough.
So you're saying that you're close to where Bob Kraft got tugged and pulled?
Yeah.
He got pugged. So he was
Yeah.
tugging a pug?
He may have.
Well,
Pug
that's
tugging,
why
guys.
they had to outlaw bestiality in Florida, right there.
See, it was a double
I think
thing.
that's kind of outlawed throughout the country, if I understand.
It actually.
I don't think
is a
there's
thing.
places where people are like, go for it, folks.
Yeah,
You're
but they
allowed
don't
to
have to
avoid-
actually have a law in the books. That's the problem with Florida. You have like people are stupid here. You have to have a law.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
gotta
have
tell
fun
him.
with that, giraffe guys in Kansas. We know you were you're okay with that. Right. How about Canadian sailing team?
Is she hot?
The whole team?
And what's
Sure.
that all? And what's that all about?
The team is a she. That's how they refer to all teams in Canada. It's a collective she.
I'm not feeling any of these, Matt. I think
No,
I don't know. how long
We'll
this
try
is.
one final one.
they're all the wrong
All
pronouns.
right, I think
for
I've got
me.
I think I've got it. This will be the last one I ask. Convulsive shock therapy.
Yeah, no, I'm not much into pens.
Okay.
Oh well. Well,
Well, okay. So what does CST actually stand for after your name? Is that certified trainer of some kind or
Yes, it's
Okay.
a certified superior trainer.
superior trainer? So you're
Yeah.
training like the mother superior at convents.
Well, yeah, I would like to actually. That's my
That's been a driving desire of yours.
That's my aspiration in life. That's why I keep using the letter. So hopefully somebody will notice.
One
It sounds
day
a
I'll be
little
working at a
conceited to me.
convent and I will get a mother superior to do my bidding. He's certified somehow.
certified somehow.
I certainly am certified and certifiable, both at the same time.
So what does certified superior training mean? I mean, what
It means
it's
I went
better than
through like
something.
this. I went through this 6-month program as a speaker and a trainer and a coach. And so unlike all these wackadoos that wake up one morning, you know, they decide they want to be a life coach and really they have no life experience. You know, I have that actual training.
Got it.
I'm the
But
life coach to these two guys.
He is. He's
You're
been
not
training
doing-
us
you're
on how to
not
wear
doing
hoodies.
too well.
I'm
You're
not.
not doing too well.
I gotta
I
get
think-
certified.
I think you need to give them a refund.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've
He's
been
actually a
asking one
CIT. He's a certified inferior trainer.
Well, I also, if you've listened to my radio show, besides that, I also started an organization and I'm the head of that organization.
That's easy to do if you start it.
Yeah, totally. It's called Collective Lesbians in Training. CLIT.
Oh no. I do.
It's CLIT.
I heard the acronym as you were saying the names.
It is. Yeah.
Well, everyone, welcome to Misogyny Radio. Here
Do
to
they have
the
a-
Yeah.
law offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker.
Do they have a Florida chapter?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
Now you just have to find
There's
the
a
right
lot
button.
of them. There's a lot of them in South Florida, you know.
Not too many up in the Tampa area. Maybe St. Pete.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of men in boats in the Gulf there, Brendan.
Yeah.
At least
yeah.
Dean caught that stupid joke. Anyway, so what does it take to create an internet radio show? I mean, you've had this network for what 11 years now.
13.
So, 13. Oh, it's been that long. Okay, so what kind of a roller coaster ride is that? And do people listen to internet radio? I'm an unusual person. I am not really connected to these worlds in a particular way. Brendan is more so than I because he's been a marketing guy for a long time.
Well, yeah, that's where podcast came from. Like I was doing it before podcast was even a word. That word didn't even exist. All podcast is a fancy name for a recording. But an internet radio show is a live radio show that gets turned into a podcast. But there are some differences, and especially the way I do it. I run it like a real radio station, like a terrestrial radio station. I have
So you like
everything.
you yell at the DJs and you kick them off the air if they don't do what you say.
Yeah, and we have interns that we embarrass the crap out of, and and do all that funky stuff, and but a lot of these internet radio stations, there are a lot of yahoos that basically like they think because you can do a radio station out of your bedroom with some $49 dollar store mic that you should, and like we have real studios, state-of-the-art equipment, professional engineers. We do like the things you were saying, and I wasn't kidding. We have interns that do embarrassing things, and we go and do remote live broadcasts. We do press coverage at all the major events and major music festivals across the country. We're partnered with a lot of the major music festivals, so we have everything a real radio station would, except the towers, because we don't need the towers.
So just out of curiosity, who would be your main sponsors on internet radio? Who's going internet radio is where I'm going to get my
it's the same,
customers.
Really.
Yeah.
It's really the same as terrestrial radio if you pitch it right. And that's the key. Okay. The bottom line is, what's your story?
Yeah.
It's not the steak, it's the sizzle. Okay. And if you have the legitimacy behind you, then it doesn't matter. So like one of our major sponsors is AT&T.
Nice. Okay.
And they have been for 13 years.
So is your background in terrestrial radio? Is that how you get started with doing it?
No, that's the great part about this, because
that you have no experience doing it?
Yeah, well, kind of. Okay. But here's the thing. I used to be very big in the investment business, and
when you say the investment business, what is the investment business?
Well, I had 4 professional designations, 15 licenses. I owned brokerage firms and insurance agencies. I did everything from stocks to annuities to commodities to mutual funds to, trusts, and you name it. I was a CFP. So like I basically did everything.
CFP, of course, is
Certified Financial Planner.
I knew that one.
Got it. It's not cows freeing pilgrims then. I thought.
Yeah, so I dropped all my letters for that CST thing, because I did. I had a LUTCF, CFP, CST, RIA, CTA. Like, I was alphabet before Google was alphabet.
Greg has always said that he was Google before Google. So I think you guys need to have an arm wrestling contest.
just for mindless trivia.
There you go. Well, I remember using Google when it first came out, when nobody knew about it, and everybody was using Yahoo and stuff. And
Alta Vista, man. Alta Vista.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. And I remember telling people to get on Google because there was nothing on there. Just you type in and you find it. No other bull crap.
That was like the selling point for me on Google as well, was just the blank page, none of all this other categories, because I hated Yahoo at the time.
Totally.
So Google just totally changed things, and then it became the world.
Yeah, go figure.
So you were in the financial business back in the day. So where did you get your start? Because you're about the same age as we are.
Basically, what I used to do is I used to pay to host a radio show, to get leads for my financial business.
Got it. So you're doing like a financial show.
Mm-hmm. And I did on several stations, and big stations like in New York, and then also as a motivational speaker, which I am. I also did radio shows for that. And so what happened is at the advent of internet radio, the last radio show that I was paying to host on, this dude, it was an internet radio station. The dude was doing it in his living room in his house, and it wasn't even like a nice neighborhood type of place. Okay, it was like, it wasn't bad, but it was average. I didn't want to bring guests there. It's like, and the guy had his dog and cat, and he called his dining room table was the studio table. And, coming from the business I came from, first of all, I had a vision that I did see internet radio going where it has gone and podcasting going where it has gone, but I knew it wasn't going to happen doing it like that. Okay. It was in Green Acres, which apparently is the place to be, but yeah, well, that's the point. it was a great radio station if it was like, pig radio, maybe something like that.
Welcome to Pig Radio.
Yeah, and then you had the
All
cat
pigs,
dog
all
in
the
back.
time.
There it is. There it is.
What you
And-
sow, so you shall reap.
You could just go on and on with that.
I know, and it's horrible when I do. Anyway, continue.
So yeah, I mean, but I knew that you had to run it like a real radio station, and you had to follow all the rules and regulations, because that's another thing too. A lot of these internet yahoos, like, they're not paying royalties, they're not getting licensed, and they're going to get burned because that's illegal.
Yeah, because
Bottom line.
ASCAP and BMI, they don't play around. They will come after you if you're playing music, and they will tear you down.
No doubt. And they
Yeah.
wait till you have a big enough negative against you that they could just hammer you, like you have no shot. But that's why the people get comfortable. They think they're getting away with it. And there's this like attitude that I can't stand, because I do deal with a lot of music artists where it's like, well, they should just let me play their music. I'm like, well,
They should, but
want-
they don't.
yeah, well, do you want to get paid to work like that? They get paid so little on that crap, and you're
Right.
going to deprive them of it. That's their job, is the bottom line. So, I'm licensed with ASCAP, BMI, Sound Exchange, CSAC. I pay all the royalties, do all the reporting. Everything I do is just like a terrestrial radio station. I knew that's where it had to go. So that's what I did. I decided, it was interesting because I decided to, set up studios, real equipment, professional engineers, everything this other station didn't have. But because of my loyalty factor, I went to the guy that had the station, and I was like 90% of his business. I was paying a lot of money. And I was like, listen, I think I can take your radio station to a much higher level by doing it this way and blah, 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 blah. And he got all pissed off. He was an idiot. He got all pissed off. He's like, I know what I'm doing and blah, 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 and proceeds to rip up my contract. What an idiot. I still had 6 months left on my contract. I would have had to pay for. Ripped it up. Next day, started business. And there we are. And
So
here we are.
you started on your dining room table at that point, or?
No, I literally, yeah. No, I literally went out. I already had stuff set up when I went to talk to him. I went out and got fancy studios. I bought thousands and thousands of dollars of equipment. I hired professional, trained sound engineers. We tested it for like 3 months before I even approached the dude to make sure the sound quality was perfect and everything was perfect. Got all the licensing, everything was ready to go. And, we did it, like I said, like a real radio station. I was telling people internet radio and podcasting before podcasting was saying it's going to be the thing of the future. That's what people are going to listen to. You could hear it in cars. You'll be able to, listen to it anywhere, blah, blah, blah. And people thought I was nuts. It was kind of like Bill Gates when he went to IBM and said, I have an idea of a PC in every home. And IBM's like, you're nuts. The mainframe will never go away. And,
It's weird though. It's really an old idea. It's what radio used to be in the 30s and 40s. We went back to listening to things that weren't just music.
Yeah, totally. And,
Yeah.
I also call the old school people that are in trying to hold on to this thing that doesn't exist anymore, because terrestrial is just dying a slow death. I call it WKRP in Cincinnati syndrome.
Define
And
that
your Venus
syndrome.
flytrap.
Well, yeah. Well, like, because
He's
listen.
Johnny Fever.
yeah, there you go. Because listen, hey, we live in a digital society and they're trying to hold on to this analog thing that nobody cares about anymore. When's the last time somebody flipped on AM or FM station that wasn't, old?
90.
And so I've had, let's put it this way, I've had engineers come to work for me and they're like, I've been doing this for 30 years and blah, 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 blah. Okay, great. You're hired, blah, blah, blah. And they're just so stuck in doing what they did 30 years ago, which doesn't work anymore. And I remember one day, it was so funny. This guy was engineering, 30 years experience. And I'm listening to the radio and I'm like, dude, it's too hot. You got to bring it down. It's all distorted. He's like, it sounds perfect in my headphones. And I'm like, that's great. But the people listening to the radio station, they don't have your headphones.
On their computers or wherever.
You know, it's
Right.
like I don't really care how it sounds in your headphones. I care what the listeners hear. He was so hard-headed because he had that what I call WKRP in Cincinnati syndrome. I've been doing it this way for 30 years. It's always worked. Well, sorry, it's 2000, whatever it is. That's not the world anymore. And that's why I think I'm the benefit of not being from that world originally.
So you set this up in New York and then moved everything down to Florida, or
no, I set it up in Florida.
okay, so you were in Florida at the time you set it all up.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the transition from New York to Florida? Were you like hiding from the cops or something, or you was retirement age, or
it's a better story than that, actually.
Okay.
It may be close, but it was, you know,
I had to get out of town.
how do I put this nicely? It was
you don't have to be nice with us, man.
Oh yeah,
all you want. Yeah.
It was a douche. It's always a douchebag, isn't it? That's what
it's always a douchebag.
Whenever it's something
Greg,
happens, it's a douchebag.
Yeah.
Douchebags, douchebags. So
no,
there's a
in all
douchebag in New York.
seriousness, I was married, right? And my wife convinced me to move to Florida because she was originally from Florida, and that was part of the master plan so we could get divorced here. And here I am, all these years later, still here.
That's how I moved to Oregon. Was almost the same reason.
Wow.
It's like my ex-wife was originally from Oregon. We were living in the Washington D.C. area, and it was like things were planned to be ending, and she wanted to move back to Oregon. Was taking the kids with her, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm moving to Oregon, and I've been here 16 years later, still in Oregon, going on 17 now. Still in Oregon. So I hear, but I didn't start.
And I can up you on that one because we didn't actually talk divorce yet till we got here after I bought a house.
Oh, okay. Mine was a much sadder circumstances. So
well, I didn't get the house, but I bought it.
Well, I'm sure she was very appreciative of it too, and continues to be.
Oh yeah, of course. It's the gift that keeps giving.
Alimony.
And the mortgage you keep paying.
Well, she already lost the house, so you know.
Oh no.
That's the good news.
Oh, good.
Yeah, if you're not bitter.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
That's the
No,
good news.
listen. You know, more power to you. You know, you took the house from me and then you lost it. Karma's a bitch.
Speaking of karma being a bitch, what the hell is that painting behind your head?
That is
a strange looking thing. I can't get a good look at it.
So
That's a Viking with a beach ball.
Yeah. That's my father's artwork. And
I feel like a jerk now.
Yeah, you should.
I don't.
Because he's not living anymore, so you just insulted my dead father. Thank you.
Well, my dad's in Florida and he'll be dying soon. Then you can insult him.
He's already in
like
Florida.
beach balls a lot.
Listen, he's already in Florida, so he's dead already. Like, if you're already here, you're dead.
Oh,
Okay?
Brendan, I finally remembered where my dad lives. It's a town called Inverness.
Oh,
I know where that is.
Sure.
So we brought it up a few episodes ago. I couldn't remember where he lived.
That's more like a crystal ball. That's the soothsayer. So he painted it for me when I was in the investment business so that I would have luck with people's money in the market. So now it's here because it didn't work.
Well, you had enough luck to be able to start your own internet radio show.
Yeah.
I do have a question. In part of your bio, it said you're the king of all festivals. And I'm really curious as to what the hell that means. What is king of all? And really, what kind of festivals are we talking about? It can't be like Bigfoot festivals, can it?
No.
Because they do exist.
Yeah, and I've seen them.
Okay, good.
Bigfoot?
And Bigfoot
at a festival.
Like, I don't know if you know this or not, but Bigfoot actually started COVID.
I always suspected
so
that
Bigfoot
bastard.
ate the first bat.
So we got a scoop right here.
Well, they say it was from eating a bat, but really it was from a scientific experiment of creating a Sasquatch man hybrid.
Somebody fucked Bigfoot. I knew it. I knew it.
You know, And nobody knew that Bigfoot, their main STD is COVID.
In a trailer in South Wuhan, we found Bigfoot bleeding from the ass. But if you're going to do that, you have to do Bigfoot with a Chinese accent, Brendan. Oh, yes. Full racism going on today. This is outstanding.
You asked me to do that.
Wait a minute.
If Queen Elizabeth told you to jump off a bridge, would you do it?
Wait a minute. I'm telling President
No, because she's a lizard person.
Wait a minute. I'm telling President Biden you just did that.
Good. Please do.
Biden is also, from what we've been told, Biden is also one of the reptilian race that leads the world.
They all are. Listen, my viewpoint is they're all on the same team, and it ain't mine. Okay.
If you tell Bigfoot, if you tell Biden on me, he won't remember it, so I'm not too worried.
Well, you notice when Biden starts talking and his eyes are like partially closed, that's because when you get older as a reptilian, the eye blinking doesn't work as well. So it's like you can't do the shape shifting of your eye.
Well, but at least you can see underwater.
That's
and
good.
I think that's valuable as the president of the United States of America is you have to be able to see underwater without the water getting into your eyes.
That's how they got that boat out of the Suez Canal. They shipped Biden in there and he dove in and moved it somehow. He dug it out.
He's a deep sea lizard diver.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what really happened is Aquaman, Jason Momoa, he got the vaccine, and now he's Biden.
Okay, so I just want to clarify for all the listeners out there: Jason Momoa played Aquaman in a movie, but he's not actually Aquaman. So I think there should be some clarification. Which also brings us back to something else in your bio.
That's what you say.
Okay, he's got a question. All right,
this is not going to be good. Does Jason Momoa use Aquanet?
Well, I would say if you call him, he might tell you.
I don't think so. I think
he only uses Aquanet when he's being pulled up from a boat.
Yeah, there you go.
With the tuna.
Yes, exactly.
Back to tuna.
But we were at King of All Festivals, and once again, we got sidetracked. But also, there's this thing in your bio which says you're a cross between Tony Robbins, Howard Stern, and Batman. And so I do want to dig into that a bit.
Yeah,
about
I'm pretty screwed up.
How the Batman part figures. I'm like, okay, fine. You can be like Tony, Howard Stern, whatever. If you want to emulate those two weirdos, that's totally fine. But if you're going to throw Batman into the mix, who's got a pipe man signal shooting up into the air?
I do. Okay, so I have pipe everything. Now, here's one thing though that's really cool. So I have the Pipe Cave, which is where I live, and we have a Groupon that we play on the radio station. It's the Pipe Man Groupon.
I think a pipe cave is more like a sewer system, isn't it?
No, it's more like, you'll find out from the Groupon, but listen, it's somewhere all the ladies want to go. Okay.
All the ladies.
Okay.
It always gets creepy when you add ladies. I just want to.
Well, he didn't say all the lady boys. That's good.
Did I use the wrong pronoun? Sorry.
You can use whatever fuck pronoun. I'm just saying, if somebody our age goes, yeah, ladies, it just sounds creepy. That's all.
The way you just
pipe
said
cave.
it. The way you just said it.
Pipe cave.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, so I have this Groupon though. Okay.
Groupon.
Okay, and so first of all, I want to sign whatever form it is that you lawyers aren't going to sue me here. So.
we are fake lawyers. We have no credentials whatsoever.
I don't even want to be fake sued. Okay. You never know nowadays. Okay, you're fake sued, and then all of a sudden, like that becomes reality.
For us, you would just be a fake boy named Sue, if that's what was going to happen.
So yeah, the Pipe Man Groupon is basically, it's a new bed and breakfast, and we have a special if you call into the show, and it's normally $199 a night. Special is $99 with the Groupon. You come, and it's only for females. No racism here, but just only females. And you come, you service the pipe man. You come to the Pipe Cave, you service the pipe man all night long. You serve the pipe man breakfast, and then you leave. And I do have people call into my show to actually buy this fake Groupon.
So they pay for the privilege to do this. They pay
Yeah.
not off.
They're paying for the pipe man to stick his pipe wherever they want.
You know, when we were first finding out that you were going to be with us, and I had sent your bio to Brendan and Greg, Brendan responds with, "So are we laying some pipe?" And I didn't really realize we were going to be hitting that particular gutter on the show, but it looks like we've definitely not just hit it, but we're sliding in it.
Yes.
There you go.
That
And then we're
gutter
going to
is-
start laying some cable.
No,
We're going to take it even further down into the pipes.
That's a
So-
different show, Greg.
So the pipe cave is in West Palm. Is that where you're from?
it's actually, well, near West Palm.
Oh, okay.
I
it's like
can't tell you
Northwest Palm.
exactly where it is.
That's
but
fine. Secret
It's-
locations.
It's
Batman.
north
I
by
get it.
Northwest Palm.
Hey, Pipe Man, do you need a sidekick?
Well, you know what? Batman's sidekick always dies in the comics. So do you really want to be my sidekick?
I don't mind. What a way to go. What a way to die. Hanging out at the pipe cave until I have a heart attack.
It would certainly make Greg's lifelong dream come true to be killed as cosplay,
Nice.
as part of a sidekick to. Do you have your own comic book as well as Pipe Man?
Actually, I am in the midst of making one, and I already have everything all set up. And yeah, the Pipe Man comics.
What's the basic, the initial storyline you're going with for the Pipe Man comic?
Do you have to ask?
You know, that's a good question because it's really like you never really know what's going to happen when it comes to me. It depends on which personality comes out.
Okay. Which one have we not met yet?
Quite a few.
Okay.
Excellent.
Which is the one you like the most?
Well, that's interesting because I learned to really, love Pipe Man, the pure Pipe Man. Pipe Man's been trying to kill Dean off for a while now.
Dean.
Because that's like the real me, the off the air me. But
Right.
the more Pipe Man is present, the more Dean really isn't necessary.
How come you went with Pipe Man instead of Piper Man, since Piper is the last name?
So just somebody
Or Piper is
called
just
me
like
that.
the past tense of pipe.
Somebody called me that way back when, and it just stuck, and then it resurfaced when I was doing my radio show.
Well, I'm glad I didn't do that because they called me an asshole a long time ago, and I just let it go.
Yeah,
Are you
Asshole
saying
man.
just a long time ago? I mean, it couldn't have been that long ago. Someone
Just
called you
think
an
of it.
Well,
asshole.
that's the thing. It keeps coming back, so I think it must mean something. I'm not really sure.
and think about it, Piper Man. That doesn't really like roll off your tongue. It sounds
Ah.
ridiculous. Like,
And nobody lays Piper. People
Exactly.
lay pipe.
Well,
and then
unless
I got to hear all the shit I did when I was in grammar school, getting made fun of. Oh, Pied Piper, and yeah, so like, fuck that. Let people make fun of me for pipe now.
Yeah.
all I
no.
know is that if you had kids around you that were going, "Oh," you were in the wrong classroom,
Well, it is
Hey,
fun-
or maybe
it
you were
is
in the right
fun.
classroom.
Don't be judgmental. I spent a lot of classes with those kids. They're all right.
It is Florida, Like, I mean, I didn't get educated here, but my kids got some education here, and that's basically what it kind of was.
You know, our,
Even the upper
our
class is going,
demographic is
"Arr."
like our demographic is like middle-aged women. And I think we've just destroyed that demographic with this particular episode.
Somehow, I find it
I
hard
don't
to
think
believe.
so. I think that's what those old ladies are looking for. Is a little bit of
They want
A little-
proof
a
that
little-
people our age that we're racist and misogynist.
a little
They're looking
cayenne.
for evidence.
That's
A little
where the
cayenne
Pipe
in their
Man
soup.
experiment comes in. 'Cause
See?
yes, it's true. Like, I never knew it till I became Pipe Man, and maybe it's just South Florida, but listen, that same ex-wife who divorced me, okay, and she divorced me because I was too romantic for her. She's like, "You're like the most romantic person I've ever met. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'm just not into that." Well, years later, she listens to my radio show, and my daughter, who was working for the radio station, she calls my daughter and she's like, "What happened to your father? Like, I was married to him for 12 years. He was never that obnoxious. He's such a player now." And then she tried to reconcile with me. See, it's the key. This is what I found out with this. It became a whole experiment. Like, we think these women want the nice guy, but that's why the nice guy gets friend zoned. We want the Pipe Man.
So to all the women listening to our podcast today, there's a special Groupon right now where you can spend some time in the pipe cave.
The pipe cave. The pipe
And
zone.
Pipe Man even ran for president in 2016 because I refused to vote for either one of those people. So I made myself the write-in candidate, but I had a campaign all along. Okay, we run it on our station, and basically we have one commercial that's Bill Clinton saying he did not have sexual relations with that woman, and then I come on and I say, I'm Pipe Man and I will have sexual relations with that woman. Vote Pipe Man for prez.
I
got
voted for
four
you.
votes. I got 4 votes in 2016. One was mine, but 3 other people somewhere voted for the Pipe Man.
So at least you know who your listeners are.
There
Those
you go.
3 other people.
So
that actually brings us into our client for the day, because that is totally about, advertising your campaign. And our client, of course, is, I don't understand advertising. And Greg is probably the one this is most applicable to, because, you're talking about putting out advertising for your campaign. He doesn't know why people would spend money on advertising or how that would work. Greg, why are you that stupid?
It's a mystery to me. I know it sounds stupid, and it is stupid, and I am stupid, but I just never felt influenced by a commercial in my life. All this money spent, I've never seen a commercial for Coca-Cola and said, hey, I'm going to get a Coca-Cola right now. Oh, that sounds good. It just seems crazy that our brains work this way, because it doesn't seem to work on mine. I'm a bad consumer. I don't buy much.
Really? So why are you buying Coca-Cola products and saying their name?
I like Diet Pepsi, actually. I drink it, but the commercials don't make me want to drink more of it. I've never seen the commercial said, oh, shit.
They're not necessarily about making you want to drink them more. They're about putting the name in your head.
But I knew what Diet Pepsi was.
I can prove it. I can prove it. How do you spell relief?
Wait, what was it? Excellence?
Greg is the wrong one to ask how to spell something.
Yeah. Should have gone with a different
commercial jingle. I know how to spell the word relief. It's Rolaids. What was that commercial?
Yes.
That was it. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about plop, plop, fizz, fizz? Oh, what a relief it is.
Alka-Seltzer.
There you go.
What's the
I
best
never
time
bought it in my life.
What's the best part of waking up?
Something in your cup.
I thought it was morning wood.
No, it's
in your cup.
No, it's Pipe Man in your cup.
Something to wake up to. I don't know, if we woke up with him in my house, it'd be a different issue. It'd be a different show completely.
My friend used to love to sing, the best part of waking up is your lips round my cock. That was his.
Hey, you know what?
That was the original slogan from Folgers too, or whatever.
So. And somebody was like, "No,
we can't use that one."
You know what? You better stick to being a fake lawyer, because a singer ain't going to be your gig.
Oh, I know.
Both Brendan and Greg were in bands in their youths,
but they were punk bands, so we didn't have to sing very well.
Yeah. I love it.
Singing wasn't part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you saw my bio profile one-liner on my Facebook, but I am a liberal, conservative, metalhead, punker, hippie, professional businessman.
I did see that.
I'm wearing this right now because my hairstylist has to redo my hair because it's normally blue.
Yeah, I saw those pictures too. It's a good look.
So you're saying your stylist blew your hair?
Yep.
Okay.
Did the stylist
and she's
blow
pretty
you?
Hot. She's pretty hot on the hair too.
She's hot on the hair?
Yeah.
Gotta dry it with something.
You hot on anything else?
Well, you know.
Not on this.
I am the Pipe Man.
I don't even understand these innuendos. I'm getting lost.
Greg is the walrus.
And you're the
Hey, I want to know.
I'm Cuckoo Cuckoo.
I want to know, is that orange picture in the background, is that like a selfie?
Behind Greg?
Yeah.
The Hulk?
In my purple pants.
Yeah, it's a good look.
See, Greg goes around town a lot in those purple pants.
I wish I looked that good in purple pants and no shirt.
That's a great line, actually, Greg. You should write a song with that line.
Okay, I will.
Right. You have to repeat it though. What was do you remember what you said?
No. It's purple pants, something.
I wish I looked that good in purple pants and no shirt on. Was that the line?
Something like that.
That could be a song.
I just knew he'd forget it. That's why I asked.
Yeah, I just
a certain part of this show, Pipe Man, is Matt hazing Greg.
And I'm easy to haze because I'm drinking bourbon.
Yeah, he was the intern to this podcast before they brought me on as the counterfoil to all this nonsense.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to know why during this whole thing it's not even 420 yet, but you know, he's been hitting it the whole time.
Oh, 420, hell, it's like noon in West Coast.
Yes.
Oh well, that explains it. It's California. California people, they all think it's 420 every minute.
Well,
Yeah,
thing is that
we're in
actually
Oregon.
none of us partake of that actually.
Oh
Yeah.
well, there you go.
I'm
Yeah.
just smoking cigarettes.
Those are cigarettes.
Horrible.
But
cigarettes.
But Greg's
Yeah,
drinking bourbon at noon on
That's
Yeah.
what she said.
a Wednesday.
That's what she said.
This is how Greg gets over hump day. It's just start early and just keep going till you pass out. He's in rare form by the time we record our next guest.
This is how I get over most days since COVID shut down.
He drinks Holocaust whiskey.
I drink a lot.
what the hell
Do you
is
drink a
Holocaust
lot?
whiskey?
What?
You drink a lot or alone, or a lot alone?
Oh well.
Both with people
mostly.
alone, with animals, Bigfoot.
Wait a second. You
Sasquatch
drink with
animal.
animals, Greg? What
That's
animals?
the law in Florida.
Yeah, I can't do that, Greg.
Sometimes they have Sasquatches come over. We have a little party.
You don't understand. Pipe Man, in Portland and in Oregon, they can get away with whatever. They can do Sasquatch, they can snort heroin, whatever they
I
want to
can
do.
shoot heroin with a chupacabra.
Yeah.
They can even riot there.
Oh, they'll set fires to the whole town. No one gives a shit.
Well, I want to
Apparently
get
we
back
can't
to the
riot.
fact that Greg was doing heroin with chupacabra.
Oh, you
I don't
never.
want to talk about that. I'm a
Never-
little ashamed.
No, don't do heroin with the chupacabra. You want to keep it light. You want to keep it to like.
You want to do
cannabis.
meth with
No.
the abominable snowman.
Maybe with the abominable snowman, but not with the chupacabra. They're all like wiry and fucked up. You don't want to get them wired.
Take some Molly with the Loch Ness monster.
That would be awesome. Just float around in the water with him. Yeah.
I don't know, like I think it would be more appropriate with like an alligator, because then you can like twirl around in the water, you know, and
Because alligators are known for their twirling.
yeah, that's what they do.
They've
you
all
know?
taken like ballet classes down in the swamps.
He's not from Florida. They grab on and then they spin. That's really
Yeah.
what they do, and that's how they
That is
tear
what
off
they
your
do.
arm. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a real thing.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
like
we were dealing
drugs
with
with an
gator
alligator.
anatomy.
Well, we're in Florida. You're walking your dog along that lake that you thought, oh, it's in a park. There ain't no alligator. And he comes out. What he does is he'll clamp on the dog, and then he'll start spinning to release whatever chunk of the dog he's got from said dog.
And that's how they drown their prey in the water.
Yeah, that's right. You have to
Or-
learn this if you live here.
Yeah, I have to learn
Yeah.
about losing a limb to alligators.
Yes,
How they
it's
do
true.
If you are ever in that situation, rub their belly.
Does that work?
it. Not if
It
it's
does,
your
yeah.
arm that's in their mouth.
Rubbing the belly?
You have to rub
Well,
it with your
that's why they
foot.
go after your arm, so you can't rub their belly.
Because they know.
You start rubbing it with your foot and see if that works. You know. So if you're rubbing an alligator's belly, do you have to pay it first?
No.
You know, you get a happy ending.
Like a pug and tug? But
Yeah,
a gator
like a pug,
tug?
it's
Well,
a gator.
yeah.
Gator
You give the alligator a pug, and the alligator gives you a tug.
Yeah, we call it a later gator. You get the gator, he gets you later. You know what I mean?
You get a crocodile smile when
I
it's
think
all over.
that's definitely a T-shirt slogan you just got there, Brendan.
And a guy rubbing a gator's belly and just say it's a later gator. Sell like hotcakes.
This may be the lowest we've gone on an episode of the show.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
know
you
about
get when
that.
you bring the pipe man on, okay?
Thanks, Pipe Man.
Well, as long as
We've
there's no
done well.
gerbils involved, only
We don't
gators.
need Pipe Man to egg us on. We'll go as low as we.
Listen, I'm Pipe Man. I'm not Richard Gere, okay?
So no, that kind of piping.
Right, he's not a Buddhist, is what he's saying.
Right.
Yeah,
He
because they
wasn't
love pipes.
there was no innuendo there, Greg. He was not making an innuendo. He was being very
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
distinct.
because Buddhists are known for their love of pipes. That's part of their religion.
Listen, why would you use a gerbil? You know, the guinea pigs are much softer.
And, well, they're too big.
If
They're
you want some
bigger.
weird trivia, if you
Big.
lift a guinea pig by its tail, its eyeballs will come out.
And you know this how?
Because I read it in a book years ago and I believed it.
Because you did it every day when
I
you were
think you
a
would.
child.
I think you were drinking some bourbon and you were like,
How much?
try this out.
How much does a guinea pig go for? Like $8-9, maybe 12 tops.
I think it depends upon what part of the world you're in.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
like in Ecuador, they're a delicacy, and I don't think you have to pay that much to eat them.
No, I'm sure. But if I went to PetSmart, I just want to test this theory. Maybe we could do a podcast and I could just see what happens.
That's a
But you
great
could just
idea.
go to PetSmart and ask to see a guinea pig, and it would probably.
And then just pick it up by its tail and see what happens.
Yeah,
And then run out
yeah.
the door.
As the guinea pig's eyes are bugging out. What have you done? What have you done to our guinea pigs?
I have
All
no
of them.
idea.
They look permanently surprised.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's bad when you get caught in the pet store with the guinea pig.
You know, and Greg never would have heard of guinea pigs without advertising.
Yes, I would have.
I'm just trying to help our client out because our client has
I
paid us
never saw an
retainers.
ad for a guinea pig in my life. Come
I,
on down to Guinea Pig
I-
Warehouse.
which
We got a
client
sale
are
on guinea
we-
pigs.
Which client are we promoting? I'll do the commercial.
The client is, I don't understand advertising.
Okay, so
Cut a
tell
promo.
me, and what's their slogan besides that?
That is actually the client's name.
Right. So do they have a slogan?
it's
No, that's-
all.
No,
It's
we're
all
fake.
nuts.
We're fake lawyers. That's our fake client. Is I don't like ad. I don't
You
understand
have to have a
advertising.
you have to have a fake slogan.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we
So,
don't. Do we have a
our-
slogan, guys? I don't think we have.
well,
a slogan.
the fake slogan.
I
for-
think
so
our
the-
slogan is "Don't listen to this podcast."
No, hold on. So the client, the product in this case is advertising doesn't make sense.
Oh no, he's putting his marketing hat on. Fuck.
And then the slogan for that would be like, let's see, marketing doesn't make sense.
Plop, plop,
No,
fizz,
it's-
fizz.
He goes,
I
I don't understand advertising is the name of the client.
Oh,
Not
see,
marketing.
now
You're
now he's gonna-
conflating the two. Marketing and advertising
he's-
are two different things.
he's gonna.
I got a
Oh, there it
slogan.
is. I don't understanding. It just doesn't make sense, but will make you dollars.
Ooh.
There you
But
go.
what about, I think there's better. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, advertising is full of jizz. How about that?
That might work.
That's
Sure.
probably been used, actually.
Oh, yeah. Alka-Seltzer used that. I forgot.
that's
How
that's what
how-
it looked like after you plopped and fizzed.
How about, how about this? How do you spell relief? IDONT, whatever the rest of the spelling of that is.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of letters, bro. That's a lot of letters.
Did you say IDNT?
I
No,
don't know. I
ID.
already screwed it up. That was the problem. Like I came to remember the letters.
I was
thought
starting
you
to
were
think
the
of-
alphabet guy.
That
I was thinking this
commercial
is going to be
won't
like an
work.
Asimov book, but instead of iRobot, it was iDonut. I think that's like where you were heading.
Yeah, exactly.
IDONUT.
MIC.
See you real soon.
Hey,
See you in
why-
the upper left-hand corner of my screen.
You know, the thing is, Greg, you don't understand advertising because you have a fundamental error in your brain. And that is you think people are smarter than they actually are. You think people think thoughts and have thoughts and go
That's
about
because
their
he's
life.
never been to Florida.
Yeah,
But
why do you
actually-
think people think thoughts, Greg? That doesn't make any sense.
Most
I have to
people,
go on a fact-finding mission to Florida.
I should fly you down and you should just do a tour of Walmarts of Central and South Florida. You will return to Portland and realize, of course,
Oh, that-
advertising works.
Yes.
You can tell
No
these
doubt.
people anything.
Oh, and you know what? They're really cool in South Florida because when we were in total 100% lockdown, it was like Black Friday at Walmart.
Oh, yeah.
They were
And-
still
and they're-
fighting each other?
Yeah, and there were
Oh,
other
yeah,
races there too.
It was ridiculous.
So at the height of the pandemic, everyone was just like nose to nose.
Yeah, at Walmart.
Yeah. It was
I
there was
actually, you want to know Florida people? I actually watched more than once. It wasn't even just once. People take their mask off to cough.
he's not wrong.
I know I've heard stories like that, and it cracks me up every time I hear it, because I think, this is really why the pandemic will never end.
Yeah.
Because we have morons out there that just have no idea why they're wearing a mask.
It was not
no doubt.
It was not 2 weeks ago, and I was in a 7-Eleven. It wasn't Walmart. And the guy was going to sneeze, and he was wearing a mask. He took off his mask and then sneezed in his hands and then put his mask back on.
Well, he didn't want to mess up the inside of his mask.
I've seen that too.
Yep.
I've also seen people walk around with masks. They cut a hole out so they could breathe.
And
Not
then,
even making
They
that
should
up.
just have strings around their ears, through their mouth, like some kind of a G string for their mouth, and just let it go with that. Why even have a mask at that point?
By the way, I don't mean to be rude here. I'm speaking of the rub and tug. Okay, so I had to text my massage therapist because I have an appointment at 4. That's why I said to Eileen, I'm like, I got an appointment I got a hard 4 appointment. But so now I'm text her, I'm late. I'm gonna tell her I'm too busy talking about rub and tugs on podcast that I'll be there late.
Oh, well, we'll end this off within the next 6 minutes so that you can get onto your tub and rug and pug.
Tub and rug. No, that's no fun, Matt. Maybe that's fun for you, but a tub and rug.
It's the pug and rug.
Is that kind of like when you are sitting in your bathtub and it has a rug in it?
No, it's when you don't potty train your pug, it does it on the rug.
I see. I was more thinking it was like when you're having sex with somebody, a female is, and the dude
instead of a
rubbing
pug
his tummy while she pulls his rug off.
Well, that's basically to keep him from pulling your limb off. So So
that's my special kink.
You have to rub the belly of the masseuse who's giving you the thing so that she doesn't start spinning and pull the thing off that she's been tugging at. That's my theory, anyway. Because I think Gators double as masseuses in Florida is what it's sounding like to me.
Yeah, but they do a pretty rough massage.
I would think so. Wait, why did that deserve a rim shot?
I don't know, because it was a dumb joke.
It was a dad joke.
It was a dad joke. They do a pretty rough. It was his timing. It just seems appropriate. I don't know.
It's just I was expecting a pun. I usually get those for the puns. That wasn't really a pun. It was just rough. Unless you're saying that.
Well, it kind of was.
That Gators have rough bellies. I actually have. Do Gators have rough or smooth bellies?
Well, they have rough skin.
Right, but the bellies might be different than the rest of the body, though.
It's smoother, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time I rubbed the alligator's belly, it seemed to get harder. I think I was rubbing in the wrong place.
It might not have been an alligator either.
That's not the belly.
It's against the grain. You have to make sure.
Wait. I'm sorry. That was in Wilton Manors.
Oh,
right. I don't even know what that means. What is Wilton Manors?
Anybody from South Florida would know what that means.
Right, but we're not talking to people in South Florida.
Yeah, that's true.
For the rest of the people,
I don't know if I can say it.
We have 1,000,000,006 listeners to this podcast, so they're not all in South Florida. So Wilton Manors, is that a place where the manners are getting worse and worse? Is that what that means?
Basically, no. Actually, they're getting better.
Your manners are wilting?
Let's put it this way. Wilton Manors has put San Francisco in second place. It is the gay capital of the country.
I don't think there are gay capitals anymore. I think that
it's
so pervasive. It's everywhere.
You haven't been to Wilton Manors.
No, I have not. That is very true.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea. It's in South Florida somewhere. In North by Northwest Palm Beach, or where?
It's in Broward County near Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Which is
where the sex clubs are.
That's where the okay.
Yeah. So yeah, my dad, he owned a hot tub place down in Fort Lauderdale, and I used to help him out when his health was going bad. And you would answer the phone, and like they would sell to all the gay bathhouses in Fort Lauderdale, and you'd get a call, and it was like, what do we do when there's jizz on the top of the water? Kid you not?
Skimming. It's a skimming day.
Yeah.
Sorry, we don't have that, provide that service.
You get those little nets that you pull out goldfish from aquariums with, and I would imagine that would be the way to address that. But who would want that? Who would get? I guess my real question is, what qualifications do you need to have to get hired for that job?
Well, I knew a kid who was a jizz skimmer. It's a career path. It's sort of an artisan job after a while.
And
Did he
listen,
pug tugger after that? Did he also pug tug on the
it's
side?
a proven fact that the gay population has, the dual income, they have the financial wherewithal. So they pay big money. They pay big money for jizz skimmers.
Oh, yeah. Greg, you were wondering about how advertising works. So the way it's working is like every time we say jizz skimmer, it becomes more and more of a thing.
I'm thinking I have a career opportunity.
Right. So that's where advertising should make sense now. It's like you've heard it more than once now. It's repeating itself. So it's going to get more ingrained in your head as you say jizz skimmer.
I think I need to see if that domain is available. I think that's what I'm doing.
Get on that.
Between shows, like I'm buying up jizz skimmer.
www.jizzskimmer.com.
Jizz skimmer temp agency. You can have a temp agency, Brendan.
Yeah. How about you could have a TV show, a reality show, Jizz Skimmer, where they're following around all those jizz skimmers and watching them do it. And then you have like these back episodes where they show how the jizz was created.
Or you can make it like a competition where you just show like how fast they get through an obstacle course and the different types of jizz from all different types of the races.
Like an American ninja. Like an American ninja.
Like a gator jizz skimmer or
Or it could be like chopped. It could be an ingredient in the cooking thing. What can you make with asparagus, this thing, and jizz?
Oh my.
Recipe?
Maybe it's more like the floor is lava, except the floor is jizz.
Now the question is.
Oh my God.
The question is it racist to say all jizz is white?
Yes.
It depends upon your intentions. I think.
I was going to say yes.
It would be an intentional thing because I don't know. I haven't experienced enough to know if it comes in different colors.
Is it kind of like Oreos, like the Oreos that have the white cookie, have the white cream inside, and then you have the darker cookie that has the darker cream inside? Is that what the jizz is like?
What about the ones that have the mint cream inside them?
Those are the lizards.
Yes, that's the reptilian.
That's Biden's. That's Biden's jizz, is what you're saying.
That's the reptilians. Yeah, they have green
reptilian jizz.
Queen Elizabeth's jizz is between two Oreo cookies.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know if this show is going to wind up getting published, but anyway, I want to thank Dean K. Piper, who is a certified superior trainer. For all of you who are feeling inferior, feel free to look him up.
And the king of all festivals.
He's the king of all festivals.
Can you knight us, Pipeman?
What'd you say, Greg?
Can he knight us since he's the king of all festivals? He could knight us to be a squires.
Which festival do you want to be a squire of, Greg?
Anyone. I just want to be a knight or a squire.
You'll be the Spice Festival knight.
You have to wait. There are no festivals now.
This is true.
Well, I'm sure there's got to be a couple in Florida that.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
No, we just call those taco stands.
Or Trump rallies in the last year.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you again, Dean Piper. With give a plug at the end for all of these things that you want promoted, so that we can give you the proper due for what you do.
I love it. Absolutely. First of all, follow me everywhere. Pipeman Radio.
Stalk him, he said.
Any social media, Pipeman Radio, I'm on it. Our main network for all the radio stations called Talk4Media. And under that umbrella of Talk4Media, we have multiple radio stations. W4CY Radio is our main station, and we have K4HD Radio, which is our West Coast entertainment station. We have W4CS Radio, which is our cancer support station. We have W4HC, which is our health and wellness station. We have W4WN Radio, which is our women's empowerment station, which I don't know if anybody listening to this episode is going to go to that station.
Oh, they might, because that's our demographic.
And
women who need to be empowered.
There you go.
It was our demographic.
Talk4 Podcasting is our podcasting network where we put all the podcasts of all our shows on our live radio. We also have a partnership with iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, Audible, and we distribute to about 100 others. We also have our TV network, which is Talk4 TV, where our shows are live and then also archived as well. And then, we got a lot of other shit we do. I don't know.
Well, hopefully people can figure out how to use Google and find you then. So
there you go.
Thank you very much, man, for being on here.
Pipeman Radio, that's it.
Yeah, and if you got something new coming on, give us a buzz and we'll come talk. You were a lot of fun, man.
Yeah, no doubt. And maybe we'll have to do a reciprocal and have you come on mine. But then you're in big trouble then.
Oh, are we?
Oh, okay.
You've never seen us. You haven't seen us unrestrained.
Well, see, what were you doing? You were wasting this whole hour not being restrained.
Oh yeah, this is restraint. This is the restraint show that you got.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, we actually had a topic. All right, thanks again.
You've left the offices of Quibble, Squabble, and Bicker. It's over. It's over. It's time for you to go home. It's over. It's over. Go away now.